So how many drones do you have now, Vaughn?
I have 3 at the house.
And one coming.
And a new one coming.
How many are operational?
2 of them for sure. The third one only not operational because there's a little shock absorber on the camera that I got to get replaced.
That's the one that takes crooked pictures?
Yeah, remember? Well, no, that's the one that, remember we flipped it over?
Yeah.
At the ocean there one time.
Uh-huh.
And but that didn't. But apparently other people have experienced the same problem with getting their drones, and this little shock absorber was missing. One of them was.
Well, you got one on order, a new one?
No, I just put it off. I'll get to it eventually.
Because we need at least 2 spares drones, you know.
Well, the reason we need the one drone does not have geofencing, which means I can fly it near restricted areas. Where the DJI drone, if I'm too close or in a restricted area, it will not allow me to fly.
Well, that's
so it's a good thing I have.
That's unacceptable.
Well, well, there's a good reason for it. But,
why?
Well, it's to protect the aircraft, people from flying in areas where there's aircraft coming and going. Maybe military bases, or maybe you can't fly over prisons and drop off the contraband into the prison yard.
Yeah, but that doesn't apply to this area. There's no, you can't really call that a military base or an airport.
There is geofencing at the airport, but not the military. Well, the airport is the military base here, so there is geofencing. I know. We remember when we tried it out at Corona Beach. I couldn't fly it.
Well, I just thought you didn't update the software. That was the problem.
No.
Well.
No, if you remember, I brought out the DJI drone. And
so what about this new drone? Is this going to have the same problem?
It'll have the same problem, but it's got many more features, including obstacle avoidance. And one nice feature is if it's heading towards a tree, it'll go around the tree and keep going. So, and there's a lot of features that it has. It also includes I can plug in a microphone to it, and I can record my voice right on the remote control unit. You know, as I'm videotaping or what have you.
And so it takes your orders and processes them and does what you want just on voice control?
I don't know about that, but I can narrate what's going on.
Oh, good.
That's the nice thing, without having having to record on a separate device.
But I guess the problem is that you can't fly it in restricted zones.
Yeah, well, but there are some other advantages. But how often do people fly it in restricted zone areas?
Well, that's come up a couple of times with us.
Well, if you were in New York City, you're living a nightmare with all the airports and other things going on around there. Can you imagine what an owner of a DJI drone would experience?
We'd have to just hack into it.
Yeah. Well, there is a hack you can get.
Yeah. And make it available. I mean, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, I know, but there are people that will hack your.
So what's this new drone? What's it called? It's a
DJI Mini 3 Pro.
And it's very small.
No, it's actually bigger than the other one that I have. A little bit bigger.
I like the FIMI drones.
I do too, because it doesn't have all those restrictions that we have.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's the kind of what you have to put up with living in this country.
Yeah. Well, anywhere.
Well, not anywhere. Now, the FIMI drone that I have, it has no restrictions. No geofencing, except in China and Korea is what they told me. In the U.S., there is no geofencing restrictions, so you can fly it pretty much anywhere. You can also turn off remote ID, which is a new function that's supposed to be required in another year, roughly.
Well, maybe we can just go in the back door and just erase all that.
Well, there's drone hackers that can fix your remote controller.
Because that's unacceptable, buying a drone that you can't fly.
Well, you can't. Well, I can understand the safety aspect of it, but it can be a nuisance.
Yeah.
If you just, if you're unfortunate enough to be near a restricted area and you don't realize it, you drive for miles or hours and you end up.
Yeah, that was very inconvenient.
Yeah, and you can't do anything.
Has arrived. He's a famous YouTuber. And he's coming in with his wife. Hola, ¿cómo está? Bienvenidos a Ava's Garden. We're heading into Ava's Garden right now, but it's not really called Ava's Garden. It's called something else.
Got a real dirty windshield here.
That's okay. I like dirty windshields.
You just
As it turned out, we couldn't use the drone because it was indeed in a restricted zone way out here in the middle of nowhere. So this was a waste of time. This must be where all the filtering and fertilizer. This is what I'm most interested in. It's all computerized. Don't mess with it, Vaughn. Look at those carrots, all the different kinds.
yeah, I know. It's just,
Yeah, diga todo. Muy bien. Morados, amarillos, naranjas.
Anaranjado, zanahoria anaranjada, zanahoria blanca, zanahoria amarilla y zanahoria morada.
Oh, wow. Milagro. I like it's sort of a bicycle that's been converted into laying drip irrigation. They ride along and place it like laying pipe. That's kind of an organic concept in itself. Oh boy, look at that sky. Here we are inside one of the tomato growing greenhouses. It's pretty vast, completely organic. It goes on for quite a ways. Let's go pick some tomatoes. ¿Cómo sientes para ser tan famoso de sus YouTube videos?
Pues no somos famosos, simplemente andamos mostrando lo bonito que tiene Ensenada y Baja California.
Sí, sí, sí.
Sí, eso es lo único.
Pero yo lo vi varios videos en español y tú estás presentando muy bien estos videos.
Pues
Me gusta mucho.
orgullosa, sí, me siento. Gracias, muchas gracias. Pues hacemos todo lo que podemos porque he tenido que aprender mucho, porque me ha costado mucho hablar frente a la cámara.
Sí, tengo que ir a mi rancho otra vez.
Sí, también el rancho.
Sí, en Piedras Garden. Y aquí está su esposo, Ángel.
aquí andamos español.
En español, yeah, puro español.
Poco a poco aprender español.
Yeah.
Ahí vamos ya.
Ok, vamos a ver Ava's Garden.